Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second map, Manorhouse, where the first map was taken by Western Jesters in a tough battle on Invasion. I am Kaiser, and joining me today is Pencil. Welcome.
Well, before we continue, again, I needed a breather. Thank you for that small break after what we just saw. But nevertheless, I do appreciate yet again for a second time being here. Kai, thank you so much for having me here. You and the rest of the fellas behind the production, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the game. But right now, it is time to focus on what could potentially be the last map if it gets to that. Right now, Western Jestern barely made it alive on the invasion map, Kai. What a
Yeah.
match we had there. My goodness.
Yeah, what a tough fought battle. And really, it was on the back of Blade. And I want to see Blade take that performance onto this map. Hopefully, we should be seeing an exciting map. It's going to be exciting, especially since Speakeasy, this is their map pick. Right now, it does seem like Western Jesters are going towards a three players towards a long blade, just causing distraction. Maybe try and cause some rotations towards that B site, but now the attack is happening.
Not of that, but what an aggressive attack, if anything, as Wes and Disrupt again working nicely together, controlling the situation. Notice Rolfo Cakes and Uzi, the last players remaining, and it looks like they try to maybe go for an A push here as the bomb is already planted. Excuse me, bomb is planted. I have no sound. It's kind of confusing me, but the bomb is a planted. 35 seconds remaining. They all seem to be very well set up, as Uzi will be the remaining player with a trench gun. Can he go ahead and do it, or will he be able to save what Wally says? Not today. So right now, very strong start by the Western Jester crew here.
Yeah, it was a very good start. You saw Blade just causing some distraction towards B, making his opponent's a little bit hesitant. Maybe it's a B play or maybe it's not. And then you just saw Western just burst onto this, like taking out the A bomb player and A long player and getting that map control. And then post plant setups was just perfect to stop a retake situation happening from Speakeasy. But now it's on to the second round. So far in this tournament, I've seen the other team get the second round consistently, whereas in EU, I've seen a little bit more flow to it, like CS. So if we go with that judgment, Speakeasy should make it as 1-1.
Well, that may
I'm
be
just seeing
the
patterns.
case. Oh yeah, but I mean, you that may be the case, but so far it looks like an aggressive push with Ford Thompson, Ruffle Cakes again. Takes out Disrupt West and Wally coming in huge here. So they have the weapon advantage, obviously, of course. Meanwhile, Peanut with the trench gun, Fox with the Goober. Peanut will be grabbing the Thompson, so he has a nice combo to work with. Meanwhile, the bomb is already planted with 40 on the clock. Fox missing some shot, but Blade takes care of it. Peanut with yet another trade there, constantly happening, as Peanut again will be the last player remaining. We saw a lot of Peanut action on the last few rounds of Invasion, but Wally is here to shut him down 2-0. And this is nothing but momentum here by Western Jesters here,
Yeah.
Kai. This is nothing but momentum, absolutely.
Yeah, they definitely carrying momentum after Disrupt clutching it out in the end against Notice, who was so close. I honestly thought Notice was going to get a frag, and then you just see Disrupt getting it. Absolutely insane the last map. But now we're on Manorhouse, and Western Jesters using the momentum well. Lord Beanut did try his best getting back into that round. So now you can see a better buy from Speakeasy. 3 STGs, an MP40.
But no scopes. While you got Wally with the scope there, Wally looking through the white door. And the problem is with this type of situation, you know, you're coming towards the second map with a very tough loss, right? Because I mean, if you would have lost, you know, by a long mark, then yeah, you know, you get it. You lost. You weren't prepared for it. But this was such a close map that you know they have to be feel somewhat down after that. Just one round to tie it up, so close, and just all of a sudden a shotgun in the corner completely demolishes you. So it's definitely, you definitely hate to see those type of situations happen, right? Obviously, it exhausts you mentally because, like, damn, we had it, but unfortunately, you just we blew it. Period. With 35 seconds on the clock here, Kai looks like somewhat of a B push here. Disrupt and Blade in the middle. Notice retreating back. He's hit, but Vic will push that and punish him. Meanwhile, Peanut gets a nice wall bang there on a Blade in 20 seconds only. Ruffle kick behind the bomb side. Disrupt will be challenging that, jumping in, but it looks like Uzi stops Disrupt there. 14 seconds remaining, and just like that, first round of the day for Speakeasy on Manorhouse.
Team Ace as well. So it's a team fought round. And that's what we've seen in these the last game as well. Like everyone was quite equal in terms of kills, and it was quite close together. I'm probably gonna expect the similar story on this map. We're already seeing it. Everyone's 1 to 2 kills between each other. No one really outshining anyone, which is what you like to see in a team. Mostly, you don't want players to completely outshine the tournament and have to carry their team. It is a team game after all.
It is a team game, absolutely. Not gonna argue with you there. Ruffle Cave gets taken down, but right now, oh no, that looks like a pool of death there. If anything, notice with a double kill. Fox as well in the middle of the situation. Peanut and Lord again with a double kill of his own. Excuse me, retaliate, and it's all tied up. Are we gonna be seeing another close game? It looks like it so.
Yeah. I did say like it's probably going to be another close game. This is going to be a close series in general. Could be seeing a liberation, but we could also be seeing a 2-0. It's hard to put a number on this map from what we saw on Invasion, and this is after all Speakeasy's pick. They're probably going to start taking away now that they've got the economy, that they've got the weapons that they want. Yes, they don't have a scope like Wally, but we haven't really seen Wally do anything with that scope just yet.
Clearly. You can see how the smoke is being used in trenches, and notice with that spray, he gets a nice headshot on Disrupt. Vic in the middle, however, Blade also rotating towards the... Excuse me, towards the trenches. Notice I kept thinking, did I say trenches or trenches? My apologies, but Blade, nevertheless, Blade try to rotate towards the trenches, but meanwhile, we'll be going back towards the middle. As you can see, waiting patiently on Notice in the middle of the action here, but no movement whatsoever yet. 40 seconds remaining on the clock.
Yeah, at the moment, Western Jesters just trying to find an opening, but Speakeasy being very disciplined, not giving it to them. At some point, you have to start bursting on the site, and that point is going to be right now. You can see Blade throwing a smoke. Ruffle Cakes is in a good position to watch cross. He's going to get that information that 2 players cross towards that B house. You can see the rotations happening immediately because the time is gone. But still, the discipline from both teams right now.
Well, clearly, I mean, this is nothing but, I mean, the clock is ticking down. 5 seconds. Now you gotta plant the bomb, and the bomb, unfortunately, was not able to be planted. Was not able to. Yeah, it's just too much. Last second there, you can clearly see both teams are. I think this is going to be actually a little bit more intense than Invasion. I mean, by the looks of it, I mean, down the wire, down the clock there. No, almost a bomb. Actually, they were kind of close to getting the bomb planted, but unfortunately, somebody was there to put a stop to it, which is 3-2 now. Now, the thing is, this is nothing new. Obviously, Speakeasy has a lead.
Yeah,
and we saw it on Invasion. Now, the question is, can they transfer that as well? Again, it was such a close loss. It could have gone either way. Obviously, it went towards Western Jesters way, but it was so close, so close. I mean,
it was.
You would think that, man, you know what, that would have gone towards the just Speakeasy if it wasn't for that corner shotgun. But nevertheless, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we go to a third map, Kai. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, we've already said that 100 times already. I think people are getting tired that we're going to say this could be a third map. But right now, we're focusing on Manorhouse, and it's going to be a 3 versus 4 in favor to Western Jesters. But you can see how disciplined that they are. Even though they got entry frags and they got map control, they're still being careful because they know Speakeasy normally has like up their sleeves. Now the plant finally getting in. This time it will not be stopped, and they have plenty of time on the board. Now we're probably gonna see a Western Jesters win in this round. 3 versus 2. Rough Kicks and Fox have a lot to do. They could just save. They do have pretty good weapons, STGs and Thompsons. Vic gets spotted out, but Ruffle Cake's able to outfrag him there through the door, making it a 2 versus 2. It's gonna be tough, but Wally is watching the cross, and he's got the scope, and he gets the second kill onto Ruffle Cakes. That was quick as Ruffle Cakes was jumping across the screen.
That's actually pretty brutal to say the least. Well, yeah. Coming in big again, all tied up here, 3-3 with that Springfield, and oh, what a match we have so far. We're gonna be going for a 4-man Thompson run here, 5-man Thompson, but just so happens that Wally has the Springfield right behind him. So Vic will be going towards Manorhouse. Such a common smoke nowadays on that barn house there, but
Yeah.
Vic needs to be careful. There's somebody below him on the trenches. If he doesn't hide, he could very well get punished here. Rolfke is trying to challenge back and away, and Notice gets the best of him as Vic will get taken down by the first blood. West also trades to
What I did like from Notice there was the fact that he got the kill and ran straight away because he had his team advantage. Obviously, it's a little bit unlucky that Uzi did die to the hands of West towards that B site, and that's the B push already dead, losing some B control. But you can see how Speakeasy adjusted. They got that fence control, so they're watching fences, and now they're just watching B cross. They're not really contesting the B site there. They're trying to allow Western Jesters to go on the site to get that plant, and focusing on their retakes because they have done pretty well on their retakes so far. But the question is, can they keep it up? Blade trying his best, but he gets taken out by Rough Kicks and Notice. Just seeing it in a 4 versus 2. Bomb will be planted though, and it's all about these retake positions. And that smoke probably used a little bit prematurely on Speakeasy's side.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But keep in mind, Wally's still alive with the Springfield, so we can get those long battles going in. But Peanut there again, taking disrupt. Wally's the last player. He gets the frag on a Ruffle Kick, so it's all about Peanut and Notice. Again, Wally with that Springfield again playing exceptionally. It gets a triple kill to save the day, 3-4. Not only that, but he gets the lead. Incredible triple kill by Wally coming in big.
Wow. Yeah, Wally coming in big there, but you have to say Speakeasy. What were they doing in that round? Wally, they knew he was towards Fountain, holding the close angle, making sure that if they peeked him, he had the sight of lines. First of all, they peeked him one at a time. That's a big no-no when you're facing a scope. In whatever game you play, you don't peek the scope player one at a time. Secondly, they had the perfect positions to just hold that defuse. Rockcakes could have held it. There was a Notice, I believe, who it was in B house, and he could have just hold the angle for Wally to peek because he had to do a wide peek to be able to see the box. So a little bit too much aggression on Speakeasy. Something which they hopefully will fix in the future. But right now, Western Jesters have got B-side control once again.
But clearly, I mean, you saw Wally was just pretty much they were going down like they were flies. You just don't challenge. I have to agree with you. You can't just do that, going by one by one by one by one. I mean, if anything, that's just a huge mistake on your part. But Wally again coming in big, watching the back. Very nice job by Wally. Wally again with a double kill with the Springfield coming in huge for the team right now. And now they're starting to get away as far as possible from Speakeasy. Score 3-5 now, Kai. And I believe this was Speakeasy map that they selected.
Yep.
Now, I want to talk about this for a second. Kind of curious. I keep seeing constantly 4-man Thompsons. Can you talk to me about this for a little bit? I mean, on a map like Manorhouse, you would think maybe use a bar in their case, but no, they're just running 4 Thompsons at the
Yeah,
same
it
time.
makes
And
sense.
actually, no,
It makes sense
5
for their
Thompsons.
play. Yeah, well, it makes sense for their plays. They're using the smokes to get into the closer range angles and the medium range angles, and that's where the Thompsons going to start demising players. If they push in together like they have been, they'll be able to outpower a shotgun player normally, and this is a very good shotgun player and able to get that map control a lot faster as well. It's all about that movement and momentum, which has been on Western Justice side in the last few rounds. You can just see from Vic there getting those 2 frags, but now it's getting a little bit more hairy.
All right, you're all right now, but I mean, it's West, they're trying to make a play there in the middle. Will be retreating. Could be that they're going to be rotating towards A or watching the back. West patiently waiting. Fox, on the other hand, slowly approaching towards the B house. And I believe he's already inside. Meanwhile, Lord Peanut watching through Manor House if they come towards the double wide door there. Fox retreating, obviously, going back to it. Be 20 seconds remaining. Now they have a smoke. Correct me if I'm wrong, but West has a smoke there. Meanwhile, Wally has a grenade. Grenade is already used there. Not sure what to say about this whole situation there as West gets the best of him. Peanut in the middle. 6 seconds. The bomb will definitely be planted. He has enough time to plant the bomb. Oh my god, he's not even proning right now or crouching. Can he get the kill? Peanut again, patiently waiting and executes on Wally. Now they lose the Springfield, but the bomb will be defused 4-5 now. So far, again, both teams are playing really good, except obviously that decision of pushing individually towards Wally with the sniper was questionable, but you can say somehow, some way, they managed to rectify the mistake, at least winning the round, just one more to tie it up.
Yeah, and a great round from Peanut again. 4 kills from that round. Massive individual performance to get his team back into it. But you have to kind of favor Western Jesters. They got 5 rounds on the allies. Very solid start. Wally's back on the Springfield already. He's been so effective winning those 1 versus 3s with it. And it'll be interesting to see what Western Justice do. They have been playing quite slow, clearing out all the angles. I would like to see them play a little bit more aggressive with those Thompsons.
Well, that's what I was That's what I was asking, because even though they got the Thompsons, though, I wouldn't say they're holding it really, up until the last minute, but somewhat of a slow play. Oh, but Wally. I'm pretty sure Fox didn't hear him, obviously, but Wally again with that entry frag. So, excuse me, with the kill on Fox. So Uzi and Fox are the players that are down for the count. Meanwhile, it looks like it's going to be an A push clearly in that, but Peanut has to retreat. Excuse me, Peanut almost dead, getting that regen back, of course. You can see Vic takes down Ruffle Cakes there with not enough opportunity to go around. The bomb is already planted.
Yeah, Peanut's just trying to get his health to regen. He knows there's at least Vic, but now it's just all up to him. 1 versus 5 heroics. It's not going to happen. I would say just save, try and go for the longer game plan. But that's going to be the 6th round for Western Justice. Didn't lose a single player. Naming every single person on the team minus West getting a frag. That's the type of team play which I like to see. And that's why one of the reasons they're considered the best team in the world, because of their team play and the fact that their individual players can all step up anytime. Now we've seen West step up huge on one map. We've seen Blade step up huge on one map. Right now it's Wally with the Springfield on this one.
Very clearly right now it's 4-6 Peanut. Last player alive again. Getting close to the rounds being sides being switched here, Kai. We kind of saw this happen again. How Speakeasy took advantage. Obviously, took a lot of rounds on the offensive side in Invasion, and you see how Jesters are doing the same thing. Obviously, taking enough rounds on the offensive side as much as they can. The question is,
can they do the same once the side are switched? Obviously, you have a little bit more of an advantage there, being that obviously you're on the defensive role, so hopefully they can take advantage as well. And
Yeah.
still committing towards the Thompson run here. 4 Thompsons, I believe it was.
Oh, boy. With a nice headshot onto Notice. And it's been working for them. That's why they've been going for these Thompson runs. And you can see a rotation, but there is one player which could stop it all, which is Fox. He spots them all and he's running back, getting chased down by 4 players. Surely he's not meant for this world for too long, but he has managed to find himself a nice angle. They all push him one at a time. He could get multi-frags like this. 3 kills for him. Wally taking him out. But now it's a 1 versus 2. Not how you would like to see it when 4 players just push down 1 player. This is going to be a tough situation for Wally.
Definitely, but right now the damage is already done on this round with only 30 seconds remaining on the clock here. Wally approaching in towards the bomb side. Uzi in the left side. He's going to be jumping and challenging that. Can he get the frag? Ooh, but Uzi manages to get Wally there at 5-6. Just, I believe this is going to be the last round. Now it's going to be the last round before the sides switch. So this is going to be rather interesting.
But yeah, it was a great round from Fox holding that angle, and it just seemed like they just wanted to chase for him, and they didn't realize they went around the corner because otherwise they would have done it together, and they needed that time because they knew that because Fox spotted them rushing all down A long, that the rotations was going to happen. So really well played there from Fox, being the key person in that round and getting that huge multi-kills. But this is a different round, the last round of the half. And if you're Speakeasy, you want to get this last round because we've had a pretty poor half, and West abusing it, taking down Uzi early on.
Yep, and I mean, right now, Rolf Case and oh no, I believe Kai got disconnected. Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize right now. The screen has stopped working on Kai's side, so unfortunately I'm not able to see what's happening. Are you back?
Right back. No, I'm not back yet, but we're gonna have to watch on Bear's screen share. And it is a 4 versus 3 in favor of the Axis.
Still, I believe it's Vic and Disrupt, the last 2 players, the only 2 players that are down there. Meanwhile, Uzi is the one that went down for Speakeasy. So Speakeasy has the man advantage of the situation. It's 18 seconds remaining on the clock. Can they get the bomb?
Does seem like they will, but West is going to be the last player left alive, and he will fall. So it's going to be 6-6, a tied half. But looking at the grand scheme of things, you have to kind of favor West and Jesters going into the second half, since they did get 6 rounds, and they're now going on the more favorable half.
But they did what exactly needed to be done. They secured the round, and that's exactly what happened. And you can clearly see this is going towards the same way as we saw in Invasion here, Kai. It's just the way it is, and you gotta give respect to these 2 individual teams. I mean, right now, both teams, we're talking about Speakeasy. They came on, they only got towards the semifinals last week, and now they're here in the finals. So again, mad respect for this team, but also Western Jesters as well, playing fantastically out of their minds. Both teams 6-6, all tied up. Again, we could potentially be seeing a 3rd map here, Kai.
We could definitely see a 3rd map, but it's all about this first half. I always say this first half of the second. Well, first round of the second half is so important. One, getting that entry frag. This is going to give his team the advantage that they need to try and close this series out here and now. But still early days. They are pushing towards that B site. Interesting jump from his teammate, and Vic does get the first frag, and Lucy with a quick follow. And now the allies having control of the B site. This is going to cause some problems for the Axis. Don't get the retake on, but Disrupt wants to go straight for it, and he gets a nice double kill, leaving Notice in a 1 versus 3. This is going to be a tough situation. Does does have the advantage of getting the positioning, but he only gets tags. Taking up Disrupt down Wally, but he's unable to get the frags which he needs, and that's allowed West to get him. First round going in favor for Western Jesters. An important round in the start of this second half to get them to closer to championship point.
Absolutely right now. So take a look at the Axis team. Obviously, the Jesters. Take a look at Jesters for a second. Right now, they have a very solid guns here. Excuse me, it's just my mind is 2:30 right now. My apologies for that, folks. I do. Ladies and gentlemen, I do have to apologize personally. It's a little late for me, so bear with me. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. But right now, as you can clearly see, Wally with trying to control the barn house there. Meanwhile, you got Vic and Blade, the two players with the STG, so they have to put a lot to work with. A lot to work with here, so they can create a major impact in this round with those two rifles. But take into consideration, Uzi and Peanut have two trench guns. That is one trench gun to go. And so far, it is done and done. Fox, the last player remaining 6 to 8. So now this is where it starts getting ugly. This is exactly what's happening on Invasion, but the opposite way. Now, Western Jesters have the defensive side. Now they're going to be taking advantage of that, and obviously they're going to be punishing Speakeasy as much as they can with the defensive side.
Yeah, and they're going to try and use their more effective bias as early as possible. Because we could be seeing a 9th round here. Because the bias still favors the Axis. He's still got those SCGs. He's still got a little bit more utility than the Allies. And the Allies heavily relying on carbines. You still have Fox on a grease gun. They're saving up for the next round. And that's going to be the important round. But Uzi somehow managed to get that frag onto Blade with a headshot, giving his team an advantage which they desperately need.
Absolutely right now. Notice takes a shot on Disrupt. Very nice job with the carbine, though. Very well executed as Disrupt gets taken down. Not only that, but Blade. And we got to talk about Blade for a second here, Kai. Blade has been such a difference maker throughout the entire thing. I have to agree. Also, Wally as well, 14 and 5.
Yeah.
Let's not forget about that triple kill that occurred a little while ago with the Springfield, as they literally look like just walking, handing him the frags there. But the bomb is already planted now. 3v2 Wally with the long range gun as well as Wes. So Wally gets a shot. Very nice shot. 25 seconds on the clock. Meanwhile, Uzi has a bar, so he has a lot to work with here. Could get the opportunity for a frag. Uzi takes advantage of it. 13 seconds remaining. Wes reads Wiffle case like a book, but just 7 seconds remaining, and Uzi just completely destroying the last two players on that corner. 7 to 8, slowly approaching, and one more round to go ahead and tie it up here.
In fact, Rofkate's picking up the scope early on in this half. I think this is the first time I've seen Speakeasy actually take the scope. I'm not too sure. Memory's not there as it's getting late. West getting the unscoped car. It's going to be really the only one which can rival that one-shot power at long range. Wally, he's actually getting that information early on as players start crossing towards that B site.
But I mean, if you take a look, I did manage to see a little bit on the screen of your screen. They're putting a lot of emphasis on B. You have one player in barn, Wally watching the barn house. Meanwhile, the other player, it's only one player literally inside A. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I saw one player inside A at the moment. Yes,
yeah, it's West.
That is correct. Thank you so much for that. The Peanut also will be, obviously Peanut is taken down. So again, this could create an opening for Western Jesters. I mean, at this point, when you're closing in towards the end, obviously, you know, every kill matters. Every frag is important at this point. So this could create an opening for Jesters here to just destroy whatever Speakeasy wants to do, or counter it. That would be the proper word. Excuse me. Counter whatever Speakeasy is trying to do. Meanwhile, Wally getting ready as well. I can't see the name, but there's somebody on that little room there, that radio room there. Will he be able to get it?
Blade.
That is Blade. Thank you so much. Blade takes a shot on Ruffle Cakes there. Can he get it? Disrupting Wally backing, and that's exactly what you want to do. Blade gets the first frag on that situation. Then you see how Disrupting Wally just run towards him and supports him. Wally with a double kill. Disrupt gets a frag as well. So you got a 7-9 lead. And at this point, you got so many good... You got the necessary guns right now. I mean, take a look. You got a Thompson STGs. You got a Kar 98. You got a scope on Blade's hand. So right now, they got a lot in their plate. They have smoke. They're pretty much well set up for this round at this moment, Kai.
Yeah, and I have to say, it was really well played on towards that B side because you had Blade and Radio, and then you had Wally at white boxes covering anyone that pushes him. So if Blade gets contact, Wally's there, as well as the fact that Disrupt was on the cross. But right now, it's Blade who opens things up with the Springfield that he picked up towards that B side. And this is going to hold Speakeasy. They're going to be a little bit hesitant to be able to peek anywhere, but you can see they're pushing down the trench, and there is a player there. He actually falls Disrupt, but he did take one player with him, keeping his team in man advantage.
Clearly right now, again, and can you put the scoreboard for a second? I need to look at Peanut here. I do feel like Peanut, although 12 and 11, it seems to be the one who keeps dying early in the round, and Uzi as well. But right now, it's all up to Ruffle Cakes and Fox to make some magic work here. But Vic shutting Ruffle Cakes down. Fox is the last player remaining there. Vic trying to get that health back, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Fox has a lot to work with here. 35 seconds on the clock, Kai. This is looking really tough for Speakeasy at the moment. 3 more rounds away.
Yeah, and they're 3 rounds trying to tie it up, and they've been looking quite lost on their ally stuff. This is their map pick, remember. And the B defense so far on the Axis have been so solid. And what West did early on in the round before this, taking down Peanut, this is actually scared Speakeasy from going towards that A anymore, because they're just like, okay, there's a guy with a car playing Angel.
Oh, and again, Kai got disconnected here. I'm going to need assistance here on another screen. I do apologize, folks. Again, Kai got disconnected on the Discord, so unfortunately I'm not able to see the screen here. Thank you for the assistance. All right, and we are back here. I believe that is the... Oh, there we go. Are you back, Kai?
Joining back right now. Miz with NA servers. Being from EU.
You definitely hate to see that, but right now, do appreciate you coming back with us. Thank you for joining, Kai. But at the moment, it looks like it's 7-11. That's a good number.
What even happened? Oh, 7-11. The last time I checked, it was 7-10.
7-11, yes, sir. So pretty much that went really fast on that one. So we're approaching towards the end here, folks. And if they play the cards right, we could potentially be seeing Western Jesters be the victorious team.
Again, since they won the first week in NA, but still have some rounds to go, and Speakeasy still want to put a fight to it, as Notice and Ruffle Cakes both get the entry frags, leaving Vic towards B site alone, but he does get a headshot on towards Fox, and he's still going to play towards Radio, but Notice with a headshot for himself with the Thompson, making it 4 versus 2.
Bomb planted.
And this could be a comeback in the making. Lord Peanut trying his best to get Fence's control. Actually takes down West, just leaving Wally in a 1 versus 4. At this point, I would just say save with these weapons. Maybe try and cause some economic damage, but you're not going to win the round.
Now, I like that what Wally just did. Actually challenging before he even got an opportunity to get his regen back. So, if anything, a more of a risky move, but it was definitely going toward his favor, as he barely had any HP. Wally taking advantage of it. Now you can clearly see, take a look at this for a second. You got 3 players alive, and you got Wally. Even though it's 7-11, it's the number. Even though it's 7-11 at the moment, or 8-11 in a few seconds, you can see how Wally is not underestimating. He'd rather save what he has and secure these next frags. And definitely, it's a smart thing to do.
yeah, looking at the economy, it's definitely smart since Vic and Disrupt only have 3, Blade only has 4, and Wally and West are the ones which had the most coins. West still has to buy, so the fact that Wally saved, he can give all those 9 coins to his teammates pretty much. He can get some utility, which he did, and he can gift the rest to his team, which he just done now, which is the best move for him because this is going to set his team up great for round 20. Hopefully get them onto match point, but Speakeasy, they still have some life in them. They are heading towards the B site pretty quickly, getting mana control. But look at West. Look at what he's doing right now.
Sneaky Beaver, if anything, right now. This is. Oh, no, switch back. Oh, there we go. West gets a kill right now. Notice and Ruffle Cakes. Oh, no, with a nice double kill there. West so sneaky, and it paid off. West gets a triple kill, ladies and gentlemen. Disrupt also gets a frag, and the damage is done. This is it, folks. This is gonna be it. One more round for Western Jester, and it's all thanks to West on that play, Kai.
Yeah, West and Disrupt working together in harmony, and they've now on series and championship point. This is a big round, and if Speakeasy lose this could cause some problems for them.
Clearly,
definitely cause problems since they'll lose the game.
But I want to talk about this for a second. Something that you mentioned previously. Wally was the last player remaining. Like you said, he divided he's divided the economy, and it benefited everybody on the team. That was so good, especially on this time around, given the fact that we're almost approaching the ending. Just like that, getting enough tokens for the team. Very smart play by Wally, and at this point it's just a matter of a few seconds. One more minute here. One more minute, ladies and gentlemen, and that is it. Uzi gets taken down. Disrupt takes another player down. Vic takes down Fox here, ladies and gentlemen, and that is all she wrote. Well, I don't want to speak too soon. I don't want to speak too soon, but it's Peanut. You have to die. No, I'm kidding. But Peanut is literally one shot right now. It seems to be trapped. Wally watching patiently if he crosses the trench, but Rufflecase takes a shot on Disrupt. Lord Peanut is on site with the trench gun here, ladies and gentlemen. Bomb is getting planted. Only 25 remaining on the clock. Can he get the bomb? The bomb does get planted here. 40 seconds remaining. Vic slowly approaching. Rufflecakes watching the barn. Wally approaching in, but Peanut with the trench gun there. But Blake tricks him back. Peanut with a double kill, but just like that, Vic with the trade. 30 seconds, but the bomb will be defused. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all she wrote. Western Jesters are your Saturday's Blitzkrieg champions.